Season 8 of Disney Speedstorm Journey of Emotions begins in just a little over 3 days, and today we have finally gotten our 5th and final seasonal racer reveal for Season 8 in the form of Disgust. Over the past couple of days, we've gotten official reveals for Joy, Sadness, Anger, and Fear, and finally now today Disgust. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over the brand new racer reveal Disgust, obviously, as well as talking about some of the past emotions, doing a quick recap, and talking about all of the new features that are coming in Season 8. So without further ado, let's get straight into it, kicking things off with Disgust's official reveal. Earlier today, on all of Disney Speedstorm's social accounts, they posted, "We hope you don't get cart sick. Disgust is hitting the track in Season 8 of hashtag Disney Speedstorm." And there you can see, Disgust joins the race in Season 8. I am a big fan of her design, and better yet, I am relieved that Disgust is making it to the game because I know a lot of people were worried. For those who don't know, a couple months back, I think at the start of this season, or even before the start of Season 7, there was a huge leak that revealed all the Muppets characters, Kermit and Miss Piggy, as well as all of the Inside Out characters and the crew members that had, Joy, Anger, Sadness, all their epic crew members. But for some reason, Disgust was actually missing from that list. It had the full Inside Out collection, all of the crew members. It even had Disgusted Riley as a crew member, but for some reason Disgust wasn't on the racers list yet, which was very interesting. And so a lot of people were worried that Disgust wasn't going to be a part of the roster and they were going to cut it down to a 4-racer season, but that is obviously not the case. Disgust is right here and she looks very nice. I saw a lot of people were complaining about her smile, saying she looks too happy and not smug enough like she does in the movie, but honestly, I don't know. You don't even look at their face in the race, and she looks fine. She looks good. Compared to Fear and Joy, she's definitely on par. I feel like there's two level of qualities with these Inside Out characters, and Joy and Fear are a step down. In my opinion, their models do not look nearly as good, but Disgust is not on that level. I think she looks great. I love the greens, the purples. It all comes together super nicely. Her car, I'm a big fan. Again, I still don't know how I feel overall about the Inside Out collection for their car design. It's not my favorite, but I'm sure it'll grow on me, and honestly, I'm excited to see how it's going to look in-game, and I'm glad that they're stepping out there and trying something a little bit more daring with the car design, if you will. And overall, Disgust, she just looks good. I'm a fan of her. As for predicting what Disgust is going to be like in game, for her class, I'm guessing Trickster, just because outside of Fear, I can't really see any of the other emotions being Tricksters. Maybe if the leaks about anxiety are true, I could see anxiety being a Trickster, but Disgust definitely qualifies for that, and so I could see her being a part of the Trickster class, in my opinion. As for her unique ability, honestly, like a lot of the other emotions, I have no clue. Maybe they'll come up something with broccoli, or I don't know. That's just the only thing when I think of Disgust, the broccoli scenes in the movie go with her. I don't know. She doesn't have a ton of other powers or whatever or anything, but I'm sure they'll come up with a cool ability, and I really am excited to see what they're gonna do for all of the Inside Out characters, because they're interesting. They don't really have any special powers. It's not like Hades where you're oh yeah, his ability is going to have something to do with fire. No, it's a little bit different than that, and so I'm excited to see just how creative the Disney Speedstorm team actually gets. Now, as for Disgust's epic crew member, obviously it's going to be Disgusted Riley. I mean, you guys know this by now. All of the emotions have Riley as their epic crew member, just in different emotional states. And overall, I am super excited for Disgust to come to Disney Speedstorm, and I cannot wait. And just to do a quick recap in case you missed all of the other race reveals videos and you don't want to go back and watch them, first, we got Joy revealed about 5 days ago. I'm not the biggest fan of her design. I still think she looks a little uncanny. I think she's going to be a part of the Speedster class. Her epic crew member is going to be Happy Riley, and I think that her ability is going to have something to do with either Bing Bong or Memory Orbs. After Joy was revealed, a couple days later, we got Sadness. I am a huge fan of her design. I think she looks a lot better than Joy. I think Sadness will be a part of the Defender class, and I think her ability will have something to do with a rain cloud or storming of some kind. Maybe a way to make her move faster, maybe like Aladdin or Calhoun's ability, but in a rain cloud or something like that. And obviously her epic crew member is going to be Sad Riley. After Sadness was revealed, 2 days after that, we got Anger revealed. Again, I love Anger's model. He's the one I am personally most excited for, I think. I think Anger will be a part of the Brawler class. His ability will most likely have something to do with fire, in my opinion, and his epic crew member is obviously going to be Angry Riley. After Anger was revealed, the following day we got Fear. I think his model is a little weird. Him not looking all fuzzy is definitely strange. I think Fear will either be a part of the Defender or Trickster class, and his ability, again, I don't really know what I would do with it. Maybe something relating to like earthquakes or some other like, natural disaster event that you would be scared of or something like that. I have no idea. And Fear's epic crew member is obviously going to be Scared Riley, and that brings us to today where we got Disgust, and there you guys have it. That is going to be our roster of Inside Out characters coming in Season 7. As for how we're going to obtain all of these characters, I think my definitive final predictions that I'm going to submit in is I think the free racer in the Golden Pass is going to be Sadness. I think Sadness will be available in both parts as the free character. As for the paid character in Part 1, I think we will be getting Anger. Anger just seems like one of the more popular emotions. I think a lot of people are going to be excited for him, and I see that happening. I don't know. As for the paid racer in Part 2, I see it being Disgust. I think Disgust is one of the more popular emotions in my opinion. I see a lot of people being hyped for her. A lot of people were really worried that she wasn't going to make it in the game, and on top of that, because she wasn't added into the files at the same time as all of the other Inside Out characters, it makes me think that maybe she wasn't worked on as much at first because they knew they would have an extra month before Disgust needed to actually be fully released into the game, which is, a weird theory, but it's definitely plausible and I think worth entertaining. The fact that Disgust, she was put in the files later, so maybe she's going to actually release later. I think Joy will be obtainable through the Season Tour. She just gives off Season Tour racer vibes, and also I swear they always put the main character in the Season Tour. Like Season 1 was like the only season where they didn't. They put Mike in the Season Tour, or no, they put Randall in the Season Tour, sorry. And then like after that, besides Little Mermaid season, it's just been like a streak of main characters. Like Season 2, Woody was in the Season Tour, then we had Lilo, then we had Aladdin, and then we had whoever it was in the Frozen season, Anna. Anna's like the main character of Frozen, and then obviously the Little Mermaid season deviated, going back to villains with Ursula, but then Season 7 was right back on it, putting Ralph in the Season Tour. So, prediction, Joy, she's the main character, so I'm predicting she'll be in the Season Tour, and obviously that leaves Fear to be the limited event character, which, I don't know, it's just the spot left. I could see Fear and Sadness being switched, where Fear would be the free racer and Sadness would be the event racer. I think that's totally plausible. And I could also see, Joy and Anger being switched as well, where Anger would be the Season Tour character and Joy would be the first premium character. But I don't know, Joy doesn't seem as popular as Anger in my opinion, but we'll see how it all actually plays out, and that is just my predictions. Now, Season 8 is not just bringing a bunch of new racers though, we are also getting a ton of new features in the game as well. Now, obviously not everything about these features have been revealed yet, but just to go over a few of the things we are getting. One, I think the first and most exciting thing we are getting in Season 8 is going to be a team racing mode. Regardless of how this team racing mode works, how the scoring works, what the meta is going to be like, I think it's going to be super fun and fresh, and we haven't gotten any new online content for Disney Speedstorm since Season 1. Like, we have been stuck with ranked and regulated multiplayer for options of playing online, and that is essentially it. There's been no other ways to play the game online, and so a team racing mode, regardless of if it ends up being good or bad or balanced or not, it's just going to be a huge breath of fresh air. I was so excited at the prospect of tournaments last season incorporating online play, and was very disappointed to learn that that would not be the case, and team mode feels like an answer to that in a way. It's going to be super fun hopping on, playing with friends, discovering what the meta is like, seeing if team synergies are actually viable, maybe progressing through a new ranked path and system. I don't know, it's gonna be hype, and I cannot wait to play with some of you guys in the new team racing mode. I'm definitely gonna have some fun streams doing that, and overall I am just so excited to have a new way to play Disney Speedstorm, like truly new, because honestly I've been playing through some of the tournaments the last couple days and I feel like they just missed the mark. Like, it is a new game mode and it's new content and it's fun to an extent, but also it just feels like the Season Tour all over again. It's basically just randomized races, some are color matched, some are floating objects, some are one lap. It's kind of boring, to be honest. The only real exciting part about that mode is the rewards, and so I'm excited to have a different mode that's actually fun to play and is hopefully accompanied by new rewards as well. Now, another smaller feature coming to the game in Season 8 is this new, like, starting race invulnerability thing. I mean, you guys can see in the video, if you get it in the light green at the start, the like little mini game at the start of the race that gives you a speed boost, now you also become immune, and this is a great answer to starting skills and is super exciting. So it's a good feature to have, you know, nothing like earth-shattering, but it really does fix a lot with the aggressiveness at the start of the race, because we've all had those times where you start the race and then you immediately get blown up like 3 times in a row, and it's just like, wow, glad I got to play the game. So now I think the best starting skills are going to be Boost and Rush, actually, because, you know, Cloak obviously isn't as useful, and neither is any of the offensive abilities either, because most people who are able to master this minigame are going to be immune, which I think is a good thing. I think this is a good feature, and I'm glad that they're putting it into the game. And there you guys have it. That is most of the new stuff coming in Season 8 of Disney Speedstorm. Obviously, there's still going to be a pit stop, which will, fingers crossed, release tomorrow, and we will get details on the team racing mode, on the match starting invulnerability, and hopefully a long list of patch notes detailing how they're going to fix the lightweight class, because right now it is not viable in the slightest. So, you know, we need to hopefully fix that before we go into Season 8, ideally. And then obviously mobile launches coming in Season 8 as well, but that's not really a new feature for most of us. It just means a lot of new players are going to be coming into the game, improving ranked matchmaking, making leaderboard events a lot easier, and stuff like that. Overall, Season 8, it's gonna be exciting. I am super hyped. Now we have discussed all 5 Inside Out characters. The track looks great. It all looks amazing. So far, no red flags yet. So fingers crossed we can keep that up after the sort of disaster that was Season 7. But yeah, let me know what you guys are most excited for in Season 8, what you think of Disgust, and anything else you want to share, all your theories and stuff like that. I'm really interested to hear, and I will catch you all in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, everybody.